G'day hiking friends, it's Kelly again. As you may have noticed, I got me a new hat. $15 Walmart special. Why not? I figure one way or another I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff out in the sun this summer, and I might as well have a wide brim hat to protect my face and my neck and all that. Anyway, today I'm up here in San Simeon. Gonna do the San Simeon Bay Trail today. So let's check it out. Okay, so after wandering across the beach for a couple hundred yards, I found the start of the trailhead here. So let's see what this is like. Just saw these teenage girls come off of this little offshoot trail out onto the main trail, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I see this giant tree. Damn, that's a big tree. The biggest eucalyptus I've ever seen. Oh yeah, gotta love that Central Coast emerald green water. I think this is the end of the line. If this was a legitimate part of the trail, there'd be a lot more people over there. In fact, there aren't any people over there, which leads me to believe that I think that's the Sea Lion Nature Wildlife Preserve. You're not allowed on that beach. It's time to go back. So the beaches right by the parking lot, of course, were packed with all these people for the 4th of July weekend, but just right about here is only like about 40-45 minute hike away from the main part of the beach, and there's all these other pieces of sand that are wide open and totally secluded. So if I were to come here and hang out on the sand, that's what I'd do. I'd just come up here and have the whole beach to myself. go through quite a bit of different types of terrain on this trail. I mean, you start off the trail basically walking about 300 yards along the beach. Then you go up along this little bluff into this dark brown sand kind of stuff. You go through all these forests and then come out to this cove here, and then suddenly you're walking in really thick sand, and it's like that for a ways. And it goes back to this brown sand over there, and then towards the end of the trail it's hardly maintained, it's really overgrown. There's just weeds everywhere, and you can just tell wherever people and animals have been walking by the way they're all mowed over. But you got to really check your ankles every couple minutes for ticks. That's a great way to pick up a tick and get Lyme disease if you're not careful. So I've been checking my legs like crazy. Now I'm about to head back towards the sandy area again. See, the sand's starting to get thicker. So, but all in all, I like this trail. First I thought it was just going to be boring and just a bunch of tourists, which it was for the first quarter mile or so. But then it got cool when you went into that forest. That's fucking rad. See, this is what I was talking about, this thick sand along this ridge from here all the way back to the edge of the forest. I don't particularly like traipsing through thick sand. It slows me down, and I always get sand in my shoes. Homie don't like traipsing through thick sand. So I took a little detour off the trail here. I saw this clearing of sand going up the hill. I went up here and I found this. I don't know what the hell happened here, if this was intentional or a storm came through and blew the trees over and they just tried to clean it up. Look at that. Obviously at one time there were a few more trees here and they're all been knocked over and chopped up. And back at the trail. So I made a bit of a wrong turn in the trail, and I ended up going along this little service road all the way where it dead ends into that private property, and it's locked gate. It says private property, no entrance. So I would have had to walk all the way back to the end of this fence, about a good eighth of a mile, a quarter of a mile. I'm like, fuck that. So I saw this little area where they propped the barbed wire up so I could crawl under, and that's where I came through. Like, fuck that. So another fucking 10-15 minutes of walking. No way. Anyway, I'm back at the beach. And back to the car. Didn't record over across the beach because it's just a plain old beach with a bunch of riffraff sunbathing, doing their thing. Nothing special. But this was a pretty nice trail. I was impressed. It was pretty easy for the most part. Got a little technical towards the last half a mile or so with the deep sand and the thick brush along the end of the trail there. But walking through those forest corridors with all those trees, you could tell they planted those trees, because if you look at the roots of the trunks of the trees, they're all spaced out about every 10 feet, and you know, they're about 6 or 8 feet apart. It's like somebody intentionally done that, but it's pretty cool. So anyway, if you're looking for a cool beach in San Simeon, I recommend this one, and I definitely recommend this trail. Anyway, oh yeah, and I got to break in my new hat today too, so it was fun. This is Kelly signing off, and remember, keep hiking.